this Warriors Mavs matchup. Now, at first, before this obliteration the other day that Dallas had over the Suns, I kept telling you, I was like, from an X's and O's standpoint, I just think the Suns are a better matchup for the Warriors as opposed to Dallas. And in fact, I might be kind of wrong as well too. If we
Looking at
looking
it now.
if we looking at it right now, let me see this real quick. So the Warriors played the Mavericks. So the Warriors are 3 seed, Mavericks are the 4 seed. Um, they played January 5th. Dallas won 99-82. January 25th, Golden State won 130-92. February 27th, Dallas won 107-101. March the 3rd, Dallas won 122-113 as well too. So it's going to be interesting. And like you told me, game one, Clay wasn't back. He was still ramping up as well too. And that's when they had Kristaps Porzingis. Game two, like you told me as well, there was no Draymond. Game three, no Draymond or Clay. Game four, no Draymond. So that changes a lot of things with the Warriors not being fully healthy as well too. Um, I think that the Warriors may have too much firepower. Like I said, you got Andrew Wiggins, you got Klay Thompson, you got Jordan Poole, you got Steph Curry, you got even Looney's giving great minutes as well. You got Kuminga. The list kind of goes on and on. So I think that from the team in its entirety, the Warriors win that matchup. Obviously, you're only as good as your talent, but I think Steve Kerr, hopefully he's healthy now because Mike Brown was on some bullshit. We're going to say that for another day. Did the Kings make the wrong decision getting Mike Brown? But we'll say that for another day. I like Steve Kerr going up against Jason Kidd as well, too. That's going to be interesting to see what they do as well. Warriors are a great defensive team. They have a lot of defenders at each position, which is relatively well. We're going to see what happens as far as Gary Payton Jr. coming back as well too. But Mavs play great team defense. They play great team defense. We already know what to expect out of Luka. There's no one that can guard him. They're probably going to try to put Wiggins on him for a little bit. They may put Draymond a little bit, Klay Thompson a little bit. It's not going to work. It's not going to work. So what you're going to do is the Warriors have enough dynamic offensive players to tire out Luka. So he's going to get hunted as well, too, whether it's a matchup one-on-one with Steph when he has to play at the perimeter, Jordan Poole mixing them, and then Steph and Clay are the best at playing off ball, constantly moving. So I think their game plan is going to be like, all right, Luka, you can go ahead and beat us, because the Warriors actually play better at defending the three-pointer line. So we'll be like, yo, all right, you can beat us. We're going to stay home to the shooters, and we're going to make you work on the defensive end as well, too. And I like the Warriors small ball lineup if they take Looney out as well, too, with Jordan Poole, Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, Andrew Wiggins, and also Draymond Green over theirs as well, too. So that should be interesting. Like I said, Dallas has solid team defense. The one thing about the Warriors is, as great as they are, since I think their championship runs from years past, they're always kind of careless with the basketball. They try to be on that Harlem Globetrotters type of shit, right? So if Dallas can capitalize off of their turnovers, I think they'll put themselves in great positions to make this competitive as well too. And the one thing I kind of read earlier as well too is the Warriors going to be prepared. Apparently, Mike Brown, as an assistant, he has an individualized grading system after games and film study where players get their individual score based on like a bunch of analytics and whatnot. So, for example, you'd be like, oh, you were at 100 scale, you dropped down 6 points. This is what you need to work on. We're going to basically get you right. We're going to hold you accountable as well, too. And also, I'm wondering with the player like Spencer Dinwiddie, Kenny Atkinson is the old Brooklyn Nets coach. He basically empowered Spencer Dinwiddie to be who he is now as well, too. So I know he's going to have certain, things to kind of lean on with him and Steve Kerr on how to game plan for him as well, too. So I'm curious with Brunson, who he's going to guard. Because I think Brunson and Luka are going to have work cut out for him as well, too. But Steph is obviously a slightly above average defender. Is Brunson going to pick on Steph? Is Brunson going to pick on Jordan Poole? And then who's Luka going to pick on as well too? So it's definitely going to go back and forth as well. But I think it's going to come down to who can limit the turnovers and who can knock down their 3-point shots. But what are your thoughts on that matchup in general?
I really don't know. Did you give your prediction for who you have winning?
I'm gonna
Because
go with the Warriors in 6.
okay, because I mean, you didn't give it at first. I don't know who I have currently, strictly because I don't know how hot Dallas is gonna come out the first games because I'm pretty sure the Warriors have home advantage. Even like against, I think even the Celtics or the Heat, no matter who they play from now on. Um, I don't know if the Mavs come out hot, I have the Mavs winning game one. I don't think anybody can guard Luca, but then again, I do trust in Draymond and that the rest of that squad to figure out a way to limit what Luca can do because him going off is like 30 to 40 points, right? But there are games where he played them and he only put up 26, 25, and that's a star's minimum. You know what I'm saying? Like that's kind of just regular stuff. But in those games, there were times when like a Jalen Brunson didn't put up as many points. Spencer Dinwiddie stepped up and he was that second guy. But we are looking at a Dallas Mavericks team in comparison to the 4 games that they played versus the Warriors this season where Jalen Brunson has stepped up in the playoffs where we're talking about, oh, what kind of contract is he going to get in the offseason? You know what I'm saying? So if this is currently a more polished Dallas Mavericks team, will it be more trouble for the Warriors to like game plan against them? Because what you saw in the regular season isn't what you're going to see now. You have them for 7 games. You have Luca for 7 games, Jason Kidd for 7 games, and that defense for 7 games. I do like the Mavericks because at the end of the season, after the All Star break, they were one of the best defensive teams in the league. The Warriors are one of the best defensive teams in the league. Like we already said, they didn't have Draymond for some of these games. Didn't have Klay Thompson for I believe the first game. Wiggins was stinking it up for most of these games. Maybe at 18 points, I think, in the fourth game, but that was really it. Kuminga stepped up in one of those games. I think he had 23 points in one of them. So that's kind of like so many factors that happen in the regular season may not happen because Kuminga doesn't get that many minutes in this postseason compared to like when he did in the regular season. Now he might because of Gary Payton. If he doesn't return, I would put Kuminga in because he did have mismatches to go on against the Mavs. If we're talking right now, again, my prediction probably will change after like a game two. I would have the Mavs winning in 7, but
I
it's
think
just so
you
hard.
want the Mavs to win in 7.
I want the Mavs to win
I
in
don't think
7
you
because I
truly
want the
believe.
Heat to play them in the finals. That's yes, you're absolutely right.
Ooh, Luka versus the Heat. That's
Yeah.
kind of
Yeah,
way.
and Bam is the nigga that be shutting his ass down. So I want that matchup. But watch the
Ah,
highlights. Go watch some fucking highlights. That nigga be shutting
okay.
them up.
Okay. So what's your pick?
I got I mean, my fan pick is Mavs in 7. My real pick is probably Warriors in 6 or 5. So,
No, no, just a pick.
oh,
No,
my
no back and
pick
forth.
is the
Yeah, who you
Mavs.
got? You got
I got
Mavs
Mavs in 7. I got Mavs in 7.
7. So Mavs in 7 at the Chase Center, beating Steph Curry, Klay Thompson.
See the way you put it. Oh, that's a headline. All right, say that.
Okay, that's gonna be pretty interesting as well too, because if it's an elimination game, and it's game 6. I'm going game 6 Clay, boy.
Oh shit.
Hey, game 6 Clay, different
Game six
boy.
played game 7 Luca. There's some demons. I don't know,
Ooh,
man.
okay. I don't know. I think Clay has more of a track record with game 6. Luca only
That's a
been,
fact.
I think,
That's
well, this is the second game 7. Obviously, we saw what happened last year when Kawhi was his daddy. But I'm looking at the Warriors defensive personnel. I think they're probably going to put Wiggins on Luca because
mm,
Wiggins, the primary scores are going to be the Splash Brothers plus Jordan Poole. Those are going to be the primary scores. So
facts.
Wiggins probably going to give you like a 15 and 8, but his main duty is going to play Luca as well too. But like we said, there's no one in the league that can stop Luca. And
Stop. Yeah, stop Luca.
now I'm thinking now it's like, yeah, this shit going 7, bro. Actually, this shit might go 7, but I'm gonna say 6 now. We may have to come back after a game or two. I'm just thinking now, like all the teams he's basically obliterated. Like
Yeah, it's hard. It's hard to go against the man right now.
just imagine him at the top of the key, 1-on-1. He gets his switch.
Steph. He can do whatever he wants at that point.
He can do whatever he wants. His footwork is impeccable and he's strong. He's 6'7", 230. And then it's like if you decide to take the ball out of his hands, it looks like his role players are just locked in. And if
Yeah.
we get performances like that out of Spencer Dinwiddie, out of all people, someone you don't account for, it's gonna be crazy. So for now, I'm gonna go with the Warriors in 6, but I think it's gonna be very, very close games. And the Warriors, like we said too, if Ja Morant played fully, the Warriors may have lost in the second round. I ain't gonna hold you.
Mm-hmm.
And they looked a little vulnerable. They're not those Warriors of the past who were just super dominant. You knew they were just gonna blow everyone out the water. Teams is kind of caught up to their style of play, and obviously they just got their identity back. But it's gonna be closer than a lot of people think for sure as well too. And like I said, the Warriors are terrible when they turn the ball over, and we saw what happened when the Suns turned the ball over. Mavericks capitalized 9 times out of 10. So definitely look forward to that. They got to take care of the basketball because Luka and the motherfuckers don't play. I mean, I have the Warriors going to the finals overall, but like I love that underdog story, and that's never going to change. So to see Luka, J Kids, first year coming back as a coach, Brunson on the rise, this team where when you look at them on paper, you're like, what the fuck? If they go to the finals, that's ridiculous as well too.